What are you supposed to do after sex? Cuddle a bit. P. Have a cup of tea. Sometimes we have our best conversations after sex. Pull out a bowl of cold raviolis and pour it on her chest and say be careful the soup is cold ! And quat. Whatever you want to do. Personally, me and my partner use the bathroom. He usually grabs a snack and then we cuddle and watch TV. But it's highly individual emo. Spoon and sleep. Infinitely better if you shower before sex. That way the sweat from you and your partner hardly smells like anything aside from the crotch stuff, which also doesn't smell bad if you have proper hygiene. Sing Lonely Island's I Just Had Sex, say thank you, tap the belly and say there. Cuddle your partner. Make both of y'all feel like it was nice and intimate and just enjoy the moment. Then pee. I get up to pee and clean up. Then maybe more sex. But definitely end with cuddle time. Aftercare is nice. Some cuddling, for example. Cleaning up at some point, of course. But it is really up to you and your partner. Kiss every inch of your partner's body. And make sure they know how much you appreciate them. Then pass out. And recoup for round 2. Cuddle. Pee. Clean up as required. Hydrate. Laugh. Talk. Enjoy the closeness. Or, grab your clothes and bolt before the partner comes home. Say how good it was. Spoon her. Ask if she needs anything. Lie down in the bed and take a nap. The chronic napping might just be for some guys like me. Since both sex and masturbation make me drowsy for some reason. Or if it's not that kind of close relationship. Clean up any unwanted messes. Awkwardly get dressed. Say you gotta go. And say you'll keep in touch. What didn't you know prior to elective hysterectomy? I did a ton of research beforehand, and I recommend r/hysterectomy as a wonderful resource. The only problem I had was that I'd been working on my weight before the surgery. And kept eating at a caloric deficit when I should have been eating to heal instead. Made a huge difference to my energy levels once I figured that out. Edited to add. Also, the time frame they give you for resuming sex is just the time at which it won't physically harm you. Not the time it will actually feel good. That takes longer. Mine was done several years ago. So insurance might have changed since then. But I had to appeal mine since they claimed that the operation wasn't necessary since it wasn't an emergency, even though a doctor recommended it be done because of fibroid growth before becoming a crisis. I remember calling my doctor afterwards to ask when I would get hit with the feeling that I was no longer a woman since I no longer had a womb. And was reassured that such things didn't actually happen in most cases. And was only a myth. Nothing really. I was well informed and there were no surprises. I healed so fast and to this day it's the best decision I ever made. I had mine at 33. I'm 45 now. No regrets. I had some very mild weight gain but absolutely no other symptoms. No loss of libido or bladder issues. My mood is balanced and I don't feel drained anymore. That awful feeling of bleeding out monthly is not something I miss. I feel bad for all my friends who still have periods in their 40s. It's the best decision I ever made. I'm entering perimenopause now but my symptoms are mild and I don't believe the hysterectomy made a lick of difference. I'd be in peri now either way. My mother was in full menopause at 50 so I'll probably be the same. They experience brain glitches and quat. When this happens to me, it's usually because I have an epiphany about something. I remember one time I had to really snap out of it. While trying to fall asleep. It's weird and scary and way too specific to talk about for me. Everybody takes micro sleeps where their brain takes a short rest from time to time. Nevertheless, you should get this checked out. It could be a form of epilepsy. That happens to me. But I know it's because I was diagnosed with adult onset epilepsy. So I mainly notice it before I have a seizure, whether it's a grand mal or micro. Yeah, it happened to me today whilst I was writing. My eyes fluttered and I ended up drawing a huge line down my page. It's happened before and stopped for a while with the occasional experience, but it's happening a lot recently. They think it's bizarre and pathetic how many people immediately check someone's posting history in a lazy attempt to invalidate their post when they have no legitimate rebuttal. It's not us. Chief. You do a great job of invalidating your points without any outside assistance. The only thing bizarre and pathetic here is you. Hombre. R/oddly specific. Sometimes I'll check post history to see who I'm talking to, but I've rarely used post history against someone. Do you think it might just be your post history? It's routine on Reddit. If you can't rebut an argument, use the posting history to assassinate their character. Fun enough. You're the only Redditor I've ever checked post history on. You do realize that we check your post history specifically because you consistently come up in this sub-speaking utter nonsense. Right? We noticed a pattern. She's not into you. Dude. Did you ever ask that hairdresser out? They hate women ? And quat. They get mad when someone doesn't hate women ? And quat. They find that people call you an incel when you hate women ? And quat. They hate when someone uses your post history against you ? And quat. What to say to my date's mother? Don't sweat it. Pay attention to the attitude and how she treats her family and how they treat her. It's a lot to focus on the first date, but a good opportunity to see if she has the qualities you're looking for in someone. Compliment the mom's looks. Not to do much. But like something cute? Maybe like I see where your daughter gets her beautiful looks from flattery sometimes lowers people's guards. But something to never do is ask a girl's age. Sometimes people find that offensive. But if her age happens to slip up. If her mom happens to look as young as mine even though they're as old as they are, you could also say you could have mistaken her for an age way younger than her current age. As I was saying, flattery can get you a long way. Thank her for allowing you into her home. Comment something nice about the home. Ask about certain pieces you see. Like art or a picture. If she tells you she doesn't trust you with her daughter, reply back with "Trust me. Honey, I'm fucking your daughter." Make a connection with something her daughter told you about her. Maybe ask her what she likes to do with her time. Always be gracious. My ex warned me about meeting her mom. How she scared guys away before. Her mom was very overprotective even though I was 22 and my ex was 19. Met her briefly on the first date where she questioned about my job, living situation, 5-year plan, and intentions with her daughter. Overall was awkward but not as bad as I imagined. Just be respectful and don't panic, cause in all likelihood the way you are picturing meeting her mom is way worse than how it'll actually go. I was picturing a woman threatening to castrate me if I hurt or even touch her daughter. But what I actually got was an uncomfortable series of questions.